Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, we're going to be talking about tennis, but we're going to be talking about the thing that funds tennis. Not make it fun, but funds tennis. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I got Coach Rob with me, and we're going to be talking about funding.
Not fun?
Well, tennis is supposed to be fun, right?
It is.
Right? And I think most people play it because of it.
And they start playing because of it.
Right. But in order to continue it, we need to fund our fun.
Right. We need funding for fun.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So in order to fund ourselves, what do we have to do?
We need a lot of funding.
Well, we need to win.
We need to win.
Right?
Or a big sponsor.
Mom, Dad?
Yeah.
Pagula's mom and dad? She don't need to win no prize money. But speaking of prize money, though, that's the way that tennis players earn money. I mean, tennis is essentially a job, right? We
Yep.
have to earn money, but in order to earn money, we have to play, we have to win, right?
Yep.
So I was actually thinking about this subject weeks ago, and, you know, we all know Novak won a certain amount at the Australian Open. What was that amount, Coach Rob?
That would be $2 million.
Okay, so we all know the winner of the Australian Open, Novak Djokovic, won $2 million because he was the winner. But what about everybody else? Now, when I was stringing at challenger tournaments and ITFs, everybody, they wanted the money, they liked the money, but what they were after was points. And they needed as many points as they could to get a higher ranking.
Right. So those are ranking points.
That's correct.
Yep.
So they needed to get as far as they could so they can earn a main draw spot. Now, if you can get a main draw spot in the Australian Open and lose in the first round, how much do you think they get?
According to our cheat sheet, we're at $71,367.
Okay, so you get into the main draw, you lose in the first round, and that's what you get. That's what the players want, an automatic spot in the main draw. But even if you don't make it, if you can get into the qualifying, so usually a qualifying is what, 28 players?
I think so.
Essentially, okay.
28-36 maybe?
Okay, so 28-36. If you can make it in there and you lose your first match in the qualifying draw, what do you think you make?
Well, first qualifying is $17,000.
So $17,000, not a bad payday for losing in a qualifying first round, right? So getting to the main draw is better, obviously, as we can
Correct.
see by the money breakdown, but qualifying at least gets you a trip out there, you know, and gets you some kind of money and maybe a couple points, even if you lose in the qualifying.
Right.
All right, Coach Rob, so who did Novak beat in the Australian Open?
I believe that was Stefano Tsitsipas.
Okay. Tsitsipas made how much losing?
He made $1 million.
Okay. And then in the semis, we made $621,000. The quarterfinalists who lost, $372,000. Round 4, $227,000. Round 3, $153,000. Round 2, $106,000. Okay, and this is both men and women. So that's why it's so important for these pro players to get into main draw.
To get their ranking
Of a
high enough
slam.
to get in to either get high enough to get into qualifying or get into the main draw.
Yep.
Obviously, main draw is where you'd like to be, and then I think you just got to keep trying to win and keep trying to up your ranking and.
Right. Now, that is obviously, a grand slam. Now, let's look at Indian Wells, which is upon us. And let's look at the prize money there. They call this the fifth slam. And it looks like the winner actually gets a pretty good paycheck, too.
Yeah, it looks like they're at a million.
Yeah, 1.26. Okay? And the runner-up gets 662. That's not a bad day, right? And then coming on down the semis, 362. Quarters, 184. 96,000 for a fourth rounder. Third round is 55.7. Second round is 30. Round one is 18,000. You can make it in the main draw of Indian Wells. You get $18,666. Now, even if you lose in the qualifying first round, you get $5,150. That's not bad, right?
No.
So even if we look at doubles actually gets how much? Look at this. That's actually a pretty good day.
Yeah. No.
At Indian Wells?
Yep.
$436,000 that you split, though. It's divided by 2. Since there's 2 people in a doubles court, right? Okay. So each of you get 200,100 and something. 215, 216, whatever. You do the math. But that's not bad. Okay? Now, so I just wanted to talk about the money aspect of a slam versus an Indian Wells. If we look at a challenger event that I used to string at, the winner, how much do you think a winner gets at a challenger event?
I was guessing 5.
Okay.
But
you're close.
But after, that was my initial guess, but
right.
Now looking at the numbers, it was 7,200.
Yep.
So
that's at the Tiburon Challenger, which is our local event here, $7,200 for the winner. But the more important thing is you got 80 points. You win that, right? It ramps you up, maybe gets you into the main draw of, let's see, that would have been there. It probably would have helped you out for Australian, is my guess. Since the Challengers
in the fall.
In the fall, yeah, it's in September. So
October.
So are you a little surprised at how much these people make now?
I hadn't actually ever seen a breakdown of per round like that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's, it sounds great, but then you have to remember, you're paying airfare.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying
That's true.
Your coach.
That's true.
You may or may not have sponsorship in terms of racket stringing. You're covering hotel, meal money.
Mm-hmm.
All the things that, all your meals, all the meals. If you have a coach, you're paying for that.
Right. Trainers.
Mm-hmm. All of those things, as we all know, cost money. So,
Yep.
it's not easy.
No, the world's expensive. That's why you got to win tennis matches.
True.
All right, Coach Rob. Thank you for breaking it down with me today.
Sure.
I'm a little surprised at how much they get, but I mean, in this day and age, tennis is expensive and inflation has hit all of us, right? So, guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Yo, where are you? It's wet. What are you talking about? It's wet. It's barely wet out here. It's rain? What? It's not even raining. Come on, man. Let's get some tennis in, dude. All right. Fine. Jesus, it's not even raining. Okay. All right. We'll try again another day. Do you want a partner who's reliable, who'll play with you no matter what condition? Player Court is the place. They got over 27,000 people who will play with you. check out playyourcourt.com/tennis spin and find your perfect partner.